Mom tells Tom he can use the Mercedes to go to school, so he eagerly goes to the garage to see the car he has longed for. It turned out to be a Mercedes from my great-grandfather's generation. Despite being intact inside, the car is too old to impress anyone. The windshield is covered in dust, the paint is dull, and the car looks like it has been forgotten for a long time, far from the shiny Mercedes-Benz Tom imagines. "Mom, are you kidding me?" Tom exclaims. He can't believe his mother is giving him this car to go to school. Tom continues to walk around the car, looking for any signs of hope. Of course, there is nothing but the foggy headlights covered in thick dust. The front grille is dull, no longer shiny. This Mercedes has certainly been forgotten since Tom's great-grandfather was born. The front of the car, including the hood, is covered in dust, making the car look gloomy and old. Tom decides to pull the car out into the light. For the first time in years, the Mercedes logo emerges from the darkness. This car had once been a symbol of the luxury Mercedes-Benz line. After much struggle, Tom finally manages to push the car out of the garage. It turns out to be a Mercedes-Benz W210 E300D. The old car looks like a decrepit old man, barely able to start. In desperation, Tom quickly finds a cable to hook onto the front of the car, pulling it uphill with a manual winch. The car gasps for breath, seeming exhausted since the last time it was used. After some effort, they finally get the car onto the tow truck. Tom quickly moves the car to a more spacious, airy area. Now he can fully appreciate the beauty of the Mercedes. Free from the dark garage, the car seems to blend with nature. Although old, the car still exudes its classic beauty. When Tom opens the hood, he is shocked to see the inside is incredibly dusty and old. Hopefully no mice family lives in there. The hoses and engine cover are covered in thick dust, indicating neglect and lack of maintenance for a long time. The wires and other parts are oxidized and covered in dust. Luckily for Tom, the engine structure inside the car is still intact. At least he can dismantle it for scrap. After fumbling for a while, Tom remembers his mom hasn't given him the key. What a terrible day. Just as Tom opens the door to sit inside and cry, he finds the key still in the ignition. After all these years, the key still looks good. Tom continues to explore the car's interior. In the glove compartment, there is something. A fuse kit from CarPoint, still unopened. I have no idea what this golden-capped bottle is. If any bros knows, please comment. After checking out the front seats, Tom moves to the back seats. As soon as the rear door opens, a strong, unpleasant smell hits him, probably from the orange shirt there. Who knows how many years it has been since it last touched soap. The green fabric seats are also dusty and show signs of wear and tear. The floor is not spared from dirt and small debris. The door trim has scratches, and the wood trim on the door has lost its luster. Clearly, this Mercedes needs a major overhaul to regain its original beauty and luxury. Unable to stand the unpleasant smell in the car any longer, Tom decides to check the engine. He pulls the dipstick out of the tube to check the remaining oil level in the engine. The dipstick shows the current oil level, helping Tom know how much more oil is needed to ensure the engine runs smoothly. It looks like there is still hope for the car. Next is the engine air filter. Tom carefully removes the air filter cover, revealing the filter inside. The air filter is covered in dust, indicating it needs to be replaced or cleaned to ensure the engine runs efficiently. Tom intends to replace the filter, but suddenly realizes his tow truck is gone. Perhaps while he is busy with the Mercedes, someone has stolen Tom's tow truck. Now, his only option is to try to start the engine to make it home for dinner. Tom can't miss dinner because his mom is making delicious ribs tonight. Tom quickly checks and rearranges the wires and battery in the car before sunset. He puts on protective gloves and carefully handles the red cables wrapped around an old sponge. The battery is right below, looking quite new but surrounded by dirt and rust. The fuse box next to it is also checked and cleaned. Luckily for Tom, when he turns the key, the car's dashboard lights up. This car has traveled 269,234 kilometers, about 5 times around the Earth. That might explain why the Mercedes looks so tired and worn out. In addition to age issues, other problems with the car are revealed. Low brake fluid or broken brakes, and the electronic stability system is malfunctioning, potentially affecting the car's stability. Moreover, the temperature gauge shows high heat, possibly because after years of inactivity, when Tom starts it, it becomes unusually hot. Additionally, the dashboard indicates issues with the airbag system or seatbelts. This time, let's wish Tom good luck in getting home safely. If it were me, I'd rather run home. After struggling for a while to start the car, the Mercedes logo on the engine begins to tremble, indicating signs of life in the car. However, the engine only manages to shake for a moment before it lies still again. Tom continues to persist in starting it, determined to get home before sunset. If he gets paid for every time he tries to restart the car, Tom would have enough money to buy 10 brand new W210s by now. But Tom is determined to get the car started. Can this car still be usable? After 1,000 attempts, the exhaust finally puffs out black smoke. Not just Tom, but the car seems to be trying to regain its former glory. The smoke grows thicker, a clear sign of a serious engine problem. It is highly likely that the old Mercedes-Benz has issues with its fuel system. This time, Tom can't sit still any longer. He revs the engine to allow more fuel in and burn. The engine roars loudly but shows no progress. With 3 generations of family car repair experience, Tom begins to realize the problem might be with the alternator. Indeed, after Tom uses a voltmeter to check the battery voltage and the car's charging system, the meter shows 11.73 VI, meaning the alternator isn't charging the battery as usual. However, the voltage still reads 11.73 V, meaning there is still a slim hope for Tom that he can start the car and get home to enjoy the delicious ribs. After holding his breath for a while, the engine roars continuously and finally the taillights stay on steadily. Tom has managed to control this old wreck. The Mercedes-Benz W210 E300D seems to be moving with difficulty, but it is trying its best to regain its form. After driving for a while, Tom realizes the car has a problem with its tires. He carefully places the pump nozzle into the tire valve and pumps air inside. Hopefully, the car won't have any more issues while Tom is driving it on the road. All 4 tires are fully inflated. Look, Tom's Mercedes is really rolling. The car speeds down the road as if reclaiming its glory after years of being abandoned in the garage. Too excited, Tom takes the wrong turn and has to steer the car around to get home before dark. While driving through the woods, the damn car breaks down again. Tom stops to restart the car, but it seems he has used up all his luck this time. The alternator has short-circuited due to improper operation earlier. The car is now at risk of stalling and unable to restart. Moreover, the heater core in the cabin is leaking. The car floor inside is wet with puddles of water, along with dirt and leaves. It is clear that water from the cooling system is leaking into the car cabin, causing dampness and potentially leading to more damage if not repaired promptly. Additionally, this issue could harm other parts of the car. Finally, Tom decides to disconnect the cable to the car's alternator so the engine won't be overloaded while running. As soon as Tom pulls out the cable and starts the engine, the Mercedes roars back to life. After cruising for a while, Tom notices something is wrong and checks the engine inside. The road home is truly challenging for Tom. Having been in use for many years, the clogged filter prevents fuel from flowing to the engine, causing a fuel shortage when a large amount of fuel is needed in a short time. This is why the car engine stalls when accelerating hard. This causes the car to lose power and stop running. After fiddling for a while, it gets dark. Goodbye to Mom's ribs. Perhaps Tom's journey still holds many mishaps. So when he returns, the snow has piled up. Whether Tom gets scolded by his mom or not is unknown. But surely, after this challenging journey, Tom realizes the value of the W210 more. After all these years of disuse, the car still valiantly brings him home. Old, but gold.